Hello, everybody. My name is Bib Charles from the Crystal Empress. Very pleased to be here today. Um, so I have a business where I deal with lots of different things. So I deal with mainly crystals, okay, so that's selling them and spiritual goods. But what I actually do is I pull down energy from the crystals. I use it as a divination to in order to be able to actually receive messages for people and then give over those messages. That then helps me bring down messages from spirit sometimes as well, and also general guidance from the energy of the earth. So I work with quite a few different areas, and it's really, really interesting. I love doing work with the crystals because it's just like a new way of sort of looking at it. My knowledge is very extensive on them as well, and I've found them very healing and very sort of energetic in the energy that they give over. So yeah, so anyway, that's me. So that's you can find me at the Crystal Empress on Facebook, on Instagram under the Crystal Empress. And I'm currently having a website built at the moment, but that hasn't gone live yet. But when it will go live, it will be www.thecrystalempress.co.uk. So let's get started and start saying hello to some people and see who's on then. So tonight, if you're a VIP, you will have priority in tonight's live show. However, the viewing public may also get involved as well and receive a reading as well, but it is mainly for VIPs. So welcome to everybody who is here and thank you for being here. So with the VIPs tonight, we're actually going to be giving away a giveaway of a bath bomb tonight. So get involved in that as well. Stay tuned. So hello, Julie Caswell. How are you? I hope you're well. Your nice sunflower. We like sunflowers. Hello to Terry Louise. I hope you're well. And just to warn everybody, obviously, you probably know the drill anyway, but there is a little bit of a delay, obviously, as well. So if I am a little bit short at responding. Hi, Catherine, Edward John. New, first time watching. Okay, well, welcome. Very welcome to you. I hope you have a good time with us tonight. Hello, Tracy Foster, with your purple heart. Sending one back to you as well. Hello, Julian Cross. I hope you're well. So with the VIPs, if everybody who is a VIP, can you put a VIP in your comments so we know that you are actually a VIP? So just want to say hello to Pretty Doll. How are you? Hope you're well. Hello, Dawny Taylor. Good evening to you. The kiss. Cheryl Johnson, new to seeing yourself. Yes, I just said that I was new first time on in the evening. So I'm happy to be here and it's exciting for me to be able to read tonight for new people. Hello, Maureen. Hi, Bibs. First time to see you. Hello to you too. Love hearts, lucky charms. We like the lucky charms. Hello, Mark Hay. How are you? So if everybody could please share the page and tag, and get involved with the giveaway as well that we're doing, where you'll receive a bath bomb. Like I said earlier, it is VIPs tonight, but also the general public are welcome on as well, and you may receive a reading as well. Hello, Mary Greenlaw. First time here. Okay, well, welcome very much. And if you want to get involved in the VIP, please do get in touch with us. But do hang around and have a listen at what goes on. Hi, Ian. Hope you're well. Nice faces. Hi, Joanne. I'm a VIP and lovely. Great. Well done. Thank you for being here. So Louise is a VIP as well. So hello and welcome and thank you for joining us again. My first time as well. So the people who are on first time, we'll be first timers together. Matt as a VIP, Terry Louise as a VIP. So everybody say hello to the VIPs and everybody else say hello to everyone. So we do check to see if you are actually a VIP because obviously this is the VIP evening. So the VIPs they get the readings first and then we then move on to the general public. But we do know who is a VIP and who isn't. Okay. Hey Millie B. I think I met you, Millie, before. And you're a VIP on the brunch club, I think. Hello, Juliet, VIP. How are you? Hope you're well. Ooh, Wendy, VIP. So we've got quite a few VIPs on this evening, and we've got a few new ones. So for everybody who is new, please do stick around and watch what I do and what it's all about. And also, anyone who does receive readings, please, every single one is very different. So, like what I said when I just first came on and introduced myself, is I work in different ways. So I can pull down meaning from spirit, so mediumship, but also work with the energy of the earth. And I use crystals as a divination. So I do use quite a few different resources in order to be able to receive messages. Okay, but each reading is different. However, it doesn't mean that the other people listening won't get some kind of benefit from it. So please do stick around and listen to what happens because I give a lot of guidance as well, um, in general, in sort of life coaching as well. It's all kind of intertwined together. I work with colours. I work with sort of movement of the planet. I work with divination under crystals and obviously mediumship as well, bringing in the guidance from the afterlife. However, I do want to say that I cannot comment heavily on anything medical, anything legal, or pregnancy. So if you are concerned about that or have anything, then you need to go and see a doctor. I cannot replace your medical practitioner. Okay. So that's all the legals out of the way. Maybe I should move on to some readings now for some of the VIPs. Yes, yes. So obviously the readings are free, and Maz has said a question that's nice for the VIPs. But again, with the readings, that is correct. It is everyone who is on the show tonight will the correct people for the night will receive a reading. So please don't be too disheartened if you don't receive a reading. But like I said earlier, please do stick around. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pick number 20 for VIP. Okay. So we've got Louise Pasmore. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start off doing some work with some crystals. Okay. So hello, Louise. I can see your lovely shining face on screen. I hope you're well. Um, I normally do a bit of a number game, but because there's a time limit and a sort of a time lapse, it might not necessarily work here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to vibe in on a crystal for you. So I've got 10 crystals here lined out. I've just moved my hand over and I just think about you and your name, okay? And then I can feel the vibration in my hand going over the crystal, okay? And actually, if you Louise, whilst you're preparing to be read for, could you actually just pick a number between 1 and 10 and then put it in the comments? And then I want to see if I've actually picked the same number. This is always an interesting thing, okay? Because numbers mean things as well. Numbers, colours, shapes, things all mean stuff, okay? So I'm just going to run my hand now over the crystals that I've got lined out here, and I've got 10 crystals, okay? And I can already feel like pulsating. And whilst I'm speaking, I'm getting quite anxious. So I'm feeling like that is, so I'm reading for Louise Padmore right now. I feel like I want to go to this one here. So I'm going to hold this crystal. Okay, number 8 you picked. Okay, so okay, so basically what I'm getting is you've actually got the amethyst, see if I can get it in the right place. Amethyst heart, okay? So I'm getting quite a lot of anxiety and I'm seeing this. So when spirit comes down, they can sometimes put upon you their emotions or their physical symptoms of what they had before they passed over. So I can tell the difference between that, or I can tell the difference between actually just picking up on you. So this is that I am picking up on you. I'm getting quite an intense anxiety kind of like in the throat and the chest area, okay? And it's sort of making me not able to breathe as well as I would like to, but it's not a breathing condition, it's a breathing sort of because you're actually breathless, because you're getting tongue tied and overwhelmed within yourself and your current situation, okay? My hand's gone directly to the amethyst, which is indicating for me straight away. I want to say that there's a relationship breakdown romantically, or that there's something there that you're maybe struggling with regarding a romantic relationship for you. Um, so I feel like there's a lot of shaking going on. There's a lot of shaking going on in my hand, which to me indicate that that is like sort of sending shudders through your body. So currently at the moment, Louise, I feel like you maybe had a bit of a shock to the system, and you're having some heartbreak that you're dealing with at the moment, regarding like this life. So it's not heartbreak over having someone passed over. It's heartbreak within a situation going on at the moment for you. Um, so just bear with me a second whilst I pull down some extra guidance, because obviously that's what I picked up on, but I never like to sort of leave anyone without actually giving them guidance on what to do regarding this. If you've got a question, please do ask it as well. Um, Obviously there is a time lapse. That's your birthstone. Okay, that's fantastic. As I've gone straight to that one then. Don't know whether you like crystals or not. But I'm being told that maybe you need to work with them a bit more, actually draw them into you and draw them into your home more. That's what I'm being told. Also the color purple, so basically the color purple represents nobility and deserving oneself. And I feel like because of your shock that you've been through and still are going through, there's some self-doubt and self like worth or not having self-worth coming up for you. That's right, lots of relationship breakdown, yes. And that's built up and it's almost got to a physical reaction now where it's actually anxiety and shaking, okay? So that for you is going to be about finding ways, I'm being told, for you to calm yourself down. Because although I sense you're not having a really erratic sort of anxiety or an explosive anxiety, it's more built up in your mind and it's now trickling out into things within your sort of life. Okay, so this is where I'm being told purple is a really good color for you. Take the color purple, and know that the color purple, if you've got a pen, write it down. Know that the color purple represents self-worth and nobility and deserving oneself. And when we say deserving oneself, we say actually you deserving happiness, kindness, and nurture for yourself. I'm also seeing lavender, that you should be getting some fresh lavender, okay, and putting that into your home and around you, and then smelling it when you get a chance, because lavender actually calms anxiety down. Um, Regarding the breakup or the breakdowns, when you apply those thought processes and the lavender, as well as like the amethyst crystal, um, that should actually sort of like set a new clearing. So amethyst actually means release of negative attachments to behavioral things and partnerships and relationships. So what it does is it detaches and gives you a new mindset into thinking about a new thought process regarding those relationships. Because that's an addictive way of thinking. Once we have a bad experience, we then think about that a lot more. So amethyst actually helps you with the heartbreak and the sadness and breaking that down, so it's easy to manage and actually respond to in a more positive way. Okay, so I hope that helped you, Louise. And right, number 8 actually means, so I didn't vibe in on number 8, but this was actually number 10, but then I changed it to number 1, right? Okay, so right at the beginning. So number 8 actually represents um, new beginnings. Number 7 is death of an old process, and number 8 is new beginnings. So it's a very positive number, okay? And so yeah. Okay, so thank you, Louise, for your time, and I hope that was okay. Please do let me know in the comments. So you bought lavender, that's fantastic. So keep that by you. Okay, so I'm going to move on to number 16, I'm being drawn to. Okay, number, yeah, yeah. So Julie, was it Maynard? Yeah, I'm feeling drawn to you, Julie Maynard. So, right, I want you to do the same. Pick a number and see if the number is the same one as I pick, and if it's not, vote 6. I'm just going to put my hand over, because it's good to feel the energy in the hand, because literally you can't deny, I can't deny what comes out in the hand. It's literally my hand goes and it starts doing weird things. Right, yeah, okay. See that? That's the one that I picked for you, Juliet. Maynard. So instantly from you, I get a very calm energy coming in. Oh, it's like really, really nice and lovely. Um, but I do feel like there is spirit here. And instantly, like they're sort of closing my throat up. So can you just let me know if there was someone in spirit who, near towards the time of them passing, had throat issues, where it's like coughing and kind of closing up. Also, I'm getting quite an itchy head, but it's almost like what I'm getting from this spirit, and I want to say it's a female, but also I'm seeing a male as well. So there's two spirits here. So there's a female spirit here. I'm just hearing Granny come through. Um, and she is the one making me itch my head. Okay. on my left hand side, which is your feminine side, because we have masculine and feminine, okay? So your feminine side represents your feminine traits, okay, which is your emotional side of things. So I've got who I think is your granny coming through. Basically, she keeps itching my head, but this is for you, okay? She's itching your head. She's telling you that she's actually there with you, itching your head a lot of the time, and you're not listening and you're not responding to her and the guidance that she's trying to give you because you've got yourself clogged up. Um, she's like a really funny character, and she's getting quite like, rah, rah, you're not listening, so I'm just going to keep tapping, tap, 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 itching your head, Juliet. Why are you not listening? Um, and she's basically saying that, hang on, just bear with me. She's being quite like, rah, I want to speak. She's completely pushed out the male spirit. um, because she's like, no, it's my time, I need to speak. Was that like what her energy was like? Um, and she was like, so how I can describe her, she was quite short and little and dainty, um, and had like almost like white hair, or dark when she was younger, but had like streaks of bright white in it, was very quite elegant. Um, okay, so let's have a look at what she's saying. Also, if you've got a question, please do ask. You've got an opportunity to ask me a question. Um, so let's have a look. The guidance is that she's just saying that you're not listening, and this is why she's given you this. So she's given you cat's eyes, okay? This is pink heart, cat's eye, and this is actually number 6. So it is the number that you picked. So cat's eyes is about seeing in the dark, seeing in the uncertainty, seeing and being like a cat, okay? So you're not listening at the moment. You've blocked certain things, um, and that's sort of stalling you from moving forward. But then it's almost like there's a bit of a fear of moving forward because of the uncertainty of the future. So there's some anxiety there for you of what's to come. So from that is why you've blocked. But what she's saying is be like a cat. Cats have peripheral vision and they can actually see on the side of their face and they can see what's around them and they just go out in the dark and they don't know what's coming, but they are aware and they are certain that they will be okay, and if they're not okay they will deal with it accordingly at the time. Okay, so it's actually a very positive way to sort of be like a cat and to be able to see in the dark. So her message for you is for you to move forward and sort of unblock, open yourself up to receiving messages from her because she is with you, um, and to notice when she starts tapping your head and itching your head that you've got to notice something around you. She's almost sort of saying that you're not noticing signs around you. So pulling that together with the cat, um, that will help you once you recognize that. Okay. So you've also got a heart. I'm trying to get it in the camera, which is working with the heart chakra, directly with your heart love. And she wants to give you love and healing. Okay. So pink is working with healing the heart and healing the emotion. So remember, she's come in on the left hand side, which is your feminine traits, which is your emotional body. Okay. It's your emotional mind. So this is just teaching you now to learn to listen. Okay. And when I say learn to listen, I don't mean learn to listen to people around you. I mean learn to listen to the signs and see the signs because she is with you. Okay. And then to keep the heart the color pink. So number 6 is obviously we go in seven period stages. So 7 is always death of something, and that doesn't have to be scary. Okay, that's just a renewal at the end. Okay, so 6 is obviously the lead up to 7. So we're talking about now you coming in to maybe the area of life where actually there's some letting go and releasing to do. 5 is past, and it is very much like quite hardcore when you get a letter 5, because that is when you're going to be doing a lot of work on like your past. 6 is then coming out of that. Okay, so you've now done a lot of work on your past, but you're actually releasing in the moment in order to now get to the next stage, which is actually the death of something which will be positive. Okay, so I hope that was okay for you, Juliet. Please let me know what you thought. So I'm going to move on to another reading now. So if I could have number 2. So obviously, my name is Bib Charles, again, for anybody who's joined. I have the Crystal Empress. So what I do is I do readings. I have a spiritual gift shop selling crystals and spiritual goods. I do workshops and have just started to do retreats now, sort of healing the higher self as well. And how I read is I read sort of drawing upon divination from crystals, color and numbers, but also getting in guidance from spirit as well. And I work very much with the elements and the movement of the planets and the earth. And I combine it all together, but also with, I've got a lot of extensive knowledge on how crystals and things like that can help you. But also from my sort of experiences I've had, a lot of sort of life coaching and self-expression. So I'm a real big believer in sort of this is really important that I'm going to say this. Self-expression is key to helping you be able to move in your life. Okay, we all kind of get born into this life and we end up having things happen to us when we're younger, and we take that as a thought form and then produce it into a physical reality for ourselves. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, it ends up being negative. So it's about changing that mindset. So I do a lot of mindset work. But what I have actually found in my own experiences and then the training that I've gone through is that it's all about self-expression and self-worth and being able to draw upon that, which so many people have an issue with. So my readings and my coaching isn't just sort of like bringing in spirit, it's actually bringing in and being able to help you and give you tools in order to help you, but also getting down to the root source of what was wrong, because a lot of the time we don't actually realize. We just go about our way in this thought form that we've programmed for ourselves or been programmed, that we then develop into a certain type of person or do certain things. So it's about actually learning that and understanding that. So if any of you are interested in, you know, maybe looking at my coaching courses that I've got, or just having a reading, or even learning more about crystals, then please do go on to the Crystal Empress on Facebook or the Crystal Empress on Instagram. I'm having my website built at the moment and it's shortly to go live. Get a pen and write it down. It's going to be www.thecrystalempress.co.uk. Okay, so I'm going to now read for Maggie Harper Ronald. Okay, so Maggie, if you could pick a number like the other people have done whilst you're just preparing for the reading. Already, I just want to say one thing, Maggie, that when I've seen your name, I'm getting in really strong, a very grounded um, feeling from you. And I'm now being told, oh, you're staying grounded. I don't feel grounded at the moment. um, but you're a lot more grounded than what you think that you are. And I can feel that in my body. So I've picked one, okay, and it's silica, okay. So again, so what I want to say with you is this is working on for you again the feminine side. Okay, just bear with me a second. What is it about the feminine? Are you are you going I feel I right, I want to say that you're going through a transitional stage at the moment and you're actually breaking into I don't want to say career because I feel like it's more of a hobby turning into your livelihood. Um, or if you're not already thinking about it or doing it, then you should be turning your hobby into your livelihood because you've hit incense. Yeah, I've got incense on everybody, and because just to obviously clear the area and keep it protected. So incense is really good for that. So sorry if you can see bits. Um, who knows? There might there is a lot of spirit. Like obviously in the last reading, had to literally that old lady, bless her, literally kicked that man out. So this is what they do. They sometimes fight to be there. So yeah, so if any of you are sort of wondering what the smoke is, okay, so I feel with you, Maggie, that you are going through a transitional stage, and if you are not already doing something with your hobby, turning it into a career, then maybe that's actually something you should think about. I don't want to say the word career as such because I feel like you might have a little bit of a, oh gosh, but I want to wind down now type thing. And I am being told that for you, it is very much time for you to nurture yourself and for you to wind down from the physical demands on you of, e.g., like a job and things like that. And you just need a little bit more of a confidence boost in being told that that is actually okay for you to do now. I am being told that it is okay for you to move through this and transition into this now and to enjoy the next stages. I'm also seeing planning come up for you and like sort of almost cleansing the frequency, if that makes sense. So you've picked silica, okay? So silica is obviously very much about your feminine again, and this is going to be cleansing you physically, putting the balance back into your body, okay, and cleansing it, but quite vigorously, but also silver. Okay, so it's metallic and it's silver. So what metallic does is it clears the energy quite heftily, if heftily is even a word. Um, so it will do it quickly, but it will then in in place of that, it will then like almost retract back any negative energy coming your way. Okay, that's what the metallic does. Is it scares away anything negative coming. So what I'm seeing for you is this transitional will be actually really fun and planning will be fun for you. Planning is key. Get involved in it, nurture yourself as you're doing it and cleanse your palate. So have a think about maybe what you're eating at the moment. I'm seeing fish, and now I'm being told that you don't like fish, but I am being told like the omega oil to maybe start putting that into your body more. So if you don't like fish, put it in your body with the vitamins, and that will help you with your brain function and being able to sort of cleanse and then like sort of move into the transition. Cleanse your palate. So when I say cleanse your palate, I mean physically cleanse it, but also mind cleanse it as well. Okay, so that's silica. And number three is burning out past, basically. So number three represents burning out past. So it's funny that people actually started to say like about the smoke coming out on your reading, um, because it actually represents burning, okay, and getting rid of the old, okay, and welcoming in the new. Okay, so I hope that helped for you. Please do comment and let me know if you found any of it sort of helpful, or if obviously anybody does have questions. Also, anyone else, if you do have any questions about like the crystals or the numbers or the colors or anything, please, it's your opportunity now to have a conversation about it. So, and obviously, if people are interested in working with me in the future, like I said before, Maggie's reading, I am the Crystal Empress, Bib Charles, on Facebook and Instagram. So you can find me on those two platforms. Yeah, so, right, I'm going, so I'm going to move on to another reading now. And I am going to move on to number 5. Avril O'Reilly. Um, so you're number 5, but I did actually put my hand. Okay, so the first one I put my hand on was goldstone. So for anybody who knows crystals, goldstone is a really, really beautiful one. You can't really see in the camera right now, but it is very much sparkly. Okay, so let's have a look, Avril. Are you having problems sleeping at the moment? First question. Please let me know if you are. Um, and then I'm getting in straight away that you want to be sort of elsewhere. And so when I say elsewhere, I mean like sort of popping up there, like in your sort of astral traveling, and your sort of journeying when you're in your sleep time. Okay. Um, so let me know if I'm correct on that, or if it's something that you are starting to think about or kind of look into. I'm getting told that you're on a spiritual development journey. Okay. So spiritual development journeys are going to be very different for each and every single one of us human beings, because we all have different needs, and sometimes we don't even know what we need. But it's in the exploring where we then find out. So I feel like I want to say to you that you are going through an exploration stage for yourself, okay? And you don't need to be scared of it. It's actually very positive. It's going to get you to higher places, if that makes sense. Higher places spiritually and within your sort of inner being, and giving you a lot more comfort within your physical body in this world, if that makes sense, in like the race we call mankind. um so by you actually exploring um more spirituality in what you are drawn to, that I'm being told will help you deal with the mundane and the routine and the sort of hardship of the day-to-day routine and life for you. The things that get you in a bad slump, where actually you've just had enough of that now. It's like, I'm bored of that now. I actually want to have some fun, and I want to try new things, but energetically as well. So this is physically and energetically trying new things. Um, so yeah, so I'm being told that you're not sleeping very well. So by using goldstone is very much a this blue goldstone is very much a crystal for helping you be able to sleep and then actually get to those meditative states for you. Very much so, change for the better. Good. So that's really good. I was getting a very positive vibe from you, like quite calm, and you're going into the transitions quite peacefully, okay? But you can do it more, um, because it's gonna feed your soul, okay? So blue goldstone is very much getting you to those places to be able to practice meditation, be able to practice getting to those peace, harmony, and calm through grace and perfect means. So for anybody who doesn't know what grace and perfect means, is it means um, doing things in the way that nurture you and those around you and asking for things that you need without hurting anybody else. So doing things through grace and perfect means. So that for all of you watching is a very good affirmation to call into you because it's a very settled, nurturing affirmation. So I'm calling upon this through grace and perfect means. So, for example, if you want a bit more money or something, you can call upon that and say, I'm calling in abundance of money through grace and perfect means, which means that you will then receive that money through something graceful, something within harmony within yourself, and it will be in alignment with you. It won't be through, stealing or someone dying and leaving you money, that type of thing. Okay, so that's just something for all of you to take away, a top tip, and I do find it does work. Okay, so that's goldstone for you. So that was actually number 5. Okay, so like I said earlier, number 5 represents really sifting out, okay, and really looking at your negative stuff and having done the hard work. So with you, Avril, I do feel that you've done a lot of hard work, and that is why you're now able to be in this place of transition now. And it's exciting. I feel really excited for you. That's blue goldstone. Also, this is an egg, okay? So egg represents um again rebirth, okay, rebirth and renewal of life, okay. So the egg cracks and something comes out of it and is reborn, okay. So you did pick number 8 as well. So that represents after the seven period itch, renewal. So this is all about renewal for you. So I hope that was okay, Avril, for you. I get 4 to 5 in the morning, yeah. So just to let people know that if they're waking up at early hours of the morning, like 3, sort of between 3 and sort of 5:36, that is when the veils are thinner and they're really at like deep work for like the sort of ancestors around, and energies around movement of the planet. Okay, they all have a massive impact. So if we're not going to sleep having meditated before or being calm and actually learning how to switch our minds off, we will be disturbed between those hours, okay, by the movement of what's going on in the energy of the earth, okay, but also from ancestors as well, depending on how open you are in your frequency. So when I say open in your frequency, I mean, are you completely ungrounded and being like, and just bringing anything towards you? You know, or are you dealing with something spiritual and spiritual development, but you've left your light on a little bit too much because it can all still. So again, this is something that I teach is anyone who wants spiritual development, learning how to shut your light down just enough so it keeps you grounded, but you are actually not pulling in. Because even if you are pulling in sort of nice spirits and stuff and nice guidance, it can be very draining. We need to switch off, we need to sleep, okay? So those hours, for everybody, again, top tip, to be aware that the energy is going to be a lot stronger. So if we haven't actually gone to sleep and we're sleeping, then we will be impacted by it. But again, if people are interested in this, I do coaching and development in this, and it's really interesting because you can really go to town with learning all different techniques of how to sort of protect yourself, how to look after yourself, really, how to look after your physical body as well as your spiritual and emotional body, and align the two together so they work together, so your life works. Okay. So thank you, Avril. I really enjoyed reading for you. Thank you, Bib. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we're just going to go on to some adverts now, people. So thank you for watching, and still, I hope that you're back when the adverts end.
Tomorrow night on SPTV, we offer a free evening of mediumship with some of the UK best-serving mediums and spiritual advisors. Our show starts from 8 p.m. UK time. SPTV are proud to present an evening of mediumship with the wonderful Deb Clark. Join us for a private event on the 20th of August 2022 at the Roebuck Inn, Wickham. For more details visit events.spiritualpsychicstv.online.
So those were the adverts. We got lovely Deb Clark on as well. So hope that you can join that. So I'm going to do a few more readings for people. Like I said a second ago, if you do want to get involved with anything that I do, then it is the Crystal Empress on Facebook and Instagram, and the email is crystal workshops, crystal clear workshops. So yeah, so either or you can get in contact with me. I do coaching, readings, spiritual development, self-development. One thing that I said earlier is that I find really important and that has helped me is the self-expression and performance coach. So when I say performance, I mean like performance in like your life and things like that. And what it does is it teaches you on how to get to the root source of a problem, and then reset it basically. So if any of you are interested, please do find me on Facebook. And yeah, and also if any of you are interested in any of the crystals, I obviously sell them as well, or I actually do crystal training. So if you're interested in actually learning more about the crystals, I do that because my knowledge is crazy on it. I think I've got about, I think I counted the other day, and because I moved and I finally got all of my crystals again together, and I've got just under 1,000 different types. So, and I know knowledge on all of them because I studied them all. So where they're sourced from in the earth, what they're, so I work with the energy of the earth, so what that represents and what that means, and then the colors, the shapes, if they're polished into something in particular, and then the properties of the actual crystals. And I work with fossils and the sea as well, um, and the elements. So when I say this is what I mean when I say to people, please do stick around and listen, because you might hear something or have a question, or if you've ever have yourself, another top tip, if you ever kind of walk past a crystal shop or you're on the beach or something like that and you're drawn to something, get it, because your mind needs it, or your body needs it, or your emotional body needs it. And my advice for people when they say, what crystal do I need? I'm like, right, what crystal are you actually drawn to? Or what are you seeing in your mind's eye? It is that, go to that, because then you can then look at the actual where it's sourced from, okay, and that you will find that it will actually mean something and represent something for you. And they say that crystals come to you at the perfect time. They also say if you lose a crystal, then it leaves you at the perfect time. It's done its job. Okay, so I'm going to go to Julie Caswell now. Okay, so I'm just going to put my hand over. You're saying number 6. My hand is being really pulled, like really intensely pulled. So I've got to go where I'm being pulled, but obviously I will talk about number 6 as well. So again, it's like I'm being pulled towards one and you're being pulled towards a number. So you can combine the two. This is why I quite like doing readings like this, because you can combine. They obviously, it's like I'm literally just saying is you can, yeah, have the guidance from me, someone who is complete outsider to you, but also this is teaching you and to learn how you guide yourself as well. Because if you're being pulled to that number, you're being pulled to it for a reason. Okay, so I was being pulled to you for, see if I can get it on the screen, Kalahari Desert. Okay, so I'm feeling like with you, there needs to be a little bit of work doing, and you're probably not going to like this, but this is more deep. Okay, so this is deep working with the ancestors. So this is karmic ancestry seeds that need healing. Okay, so what I'm being told for you, Julie, is that you have got your ancestors around you, but you're focusing more like on your sort of more recent ancestors, so the ones that you knew in your lifetime who have passed on. Yeah, this is a healing for the ones even further back, I'm being told. I'm being told that they want you to look at your family tree and actually get to know them and actually let them in, because it will give you a very good insight to how things are now, and give you a better understanding of why things happen the way they happen for you now. Okay, so by you actually going and looking at your family tree and having that experience of getting to know them, and so they will give you that experience, and that will heal them. Okay, which will then in turn heal you. It's like I just want to go again to what I just said, which was it will give you an insight into why things are the way they are for you. Okay, because I feel like you've been questioning a lot for yourself and you don't know why and you don't understand. So, whatever we're trying to understand, we can't understand, okay? Because understanding doesn't work, identifying works, okay? So, it takes the understanding out of it. Identifying and understanding are two very different things. Understanding is a bit wishy washy. Identifying is actually bringing it in and identifying the source, identifying the problem, and then giving you a solution, opening up the frequency to being able to give you the solution. What they are telling you is the solution for you is to go back in time and start experiencing and exploring your older ancestors. And they're saying that you're really going to enjoy it. And I see you sat there like laughing, like literally laughing your head off with them. And then from that, you will then be able to identify problems for you, be able to find solutions for them. So that's Kalahari Desert. So Kalahari Desert also represents, that crystal also represents um, a bit like the other one we had, burning stuff out. It's in the desert, okay? It burns. When you put your feet on the ground, it burns your feet. So you can't stand on it for too long, which is actually a positive thing in the mindset, because you ain't going to stay standing around in that place for too long. This is basically giving you the courage to come out of it quicker, okay? Not hang around in a negative thought process, which is then going to have repercussions later. You've done enough of that. So, and what I'm being told is that's what ancestors used to do, is they used to hang around in a negative thought process, and it caused. Okay? So, that was number 9. So number 9 again is starting to go into a new transition, but at a slower pace. Round down, round down. You've done a lot of healing work, and it's a lot slower and calmer. before you hit the number 10, which is kind of starting from the beginning again. Okay. So it's connected to sort of past lives, things like that. And like what I was just saying, learning all about how those ancestors and past lives impact you in this life. So I hope that helped. You also got number 6 as well. So what I said earlier about number 6 is that number 6 comes after number 5. Okay, so number 5 is the hardcore um, sort of looking at yourself stage, and then 6 is starting to do the transitional healing stage. So that would align with the Kalahari Desert. Okay, so can you see how they kind of align together? The number and then the crystal that I picked. It's really quite interesting. Interesting did make sense with some spirit work I'm doing. Okay, great, fantastic. I love your little kitty cat as well on your photo. Gorgeous. Okay, thank you, Julie. Again, if anyone is interested in working with me in the future, please do look me up. There's the link on the screen. You can also find me under the Crystal Empress on Facebook, and I deal with, like what I said, coaching, development, retreats, crystal goods, and selling them and purchasing them, as well as one-on-one readings as well. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading for Shirley Walker now. Um, and an itchy nose on the right hand side, Shirley. So that's masculine, and a massive headache come in straight away. So I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I suddenly get sometimes really strong physical symptoms. So this is for you, okay? So like what I said at the beginning, is sometimes spirit comes in and they put upon me the how they were when they were sort of passing over, or I get bodily sensations of how you are being. So I get an itchy nose on the right hand side of masculine. Okay, this instantly indicates that there's a male in your life that is causing you problems. So, and there's some dishonesty going on. But I kind of want to say dishonesty going on with you, and not to offend you, but when I say dishonesty, I mean you're not being true to yourself and what you need in this relationship. And so the scratching of the nose indicates that basically. So it's on the right hand side, which is masculine. So yeah, like what I said. So it's indicating a problem area with a masculine, a male relationship where you are being dishonest with yourself of what your needs are and what you truly, really want. And is this because you're of scared of the outcome? Okay. But what I'm being told actually is that the outcome isn't scary. It doesn't need to be scary. It's actually quite empowering, and it will be empowering for you to actually vocalize what you want. Okay. Um, I'm seeing like a lot of like sort of goldy, orangey light around you, um, which is indicating protection. Okay, protection and warmth and nurture. Okay. Also, pulling in vitality. Okay, so vitality is the word that I've been given for you. A new source of energy source. So when you stop scratching your nose and you actually be honest with your needs and then feed that and vocalize that over, it will you, which will then be put back into that relationship. So your fear of it being a bad thing if you actually vocalize what you need, it's null and void. It doesn't need to be there. Okay, you just need to take down the vitality, the energy from the light of the energy, and listen and just do. Okay. instantly I've been drawn to amethyst again. So amethyst represents um, release of negative ties to heartbreak and relationships in this life. So basically, for people who you are actually sort of with or things like that. So this isn't the past over. This is you, okay? And people who are still alive. And what it does is it detaches addictive behavior, okay? So addictive behaviors can be addictive behaviors that you have programmed within a relationship. So, for example, someone does something or and you react and respond to them in a certain way, and then before you know it, that is how you always react and respond, and then they react and respond back, and something's happened. Okay, um, so it's formed an addictive thought process and behaviour. Okay, so it's about release of that. Also, the heart instantly works with the heart chakra, as we know. Um, Again, purple lilac also represents, we have this light at the beginning, also represents mobility and deserving oneself, so someone's self-worth. Okay, so going back to your vitality and your honesty with yourself, it actually you are worth it, and you deserve it. Okay, Shirley. So I hope it's okay for you, Shirley, and it was a pleasure to read for you. Let me know if it resonates. Also, anyone else, let me know if any of this resonates with you, and if there's any other questions, sort of like on the crystals or what I'm saying, please do let me know. So we are coming. Okay, so I'm going to do another reading now, and I'm going to read for Julian Cross. Okay, so I I people must think I'm so weird. Um, so like I just make funny noises and stuff. So Julian, all right, spirit is coming in, okay? Right, okay, so basically here's a funny one. Oh my gosh, right, okay, Julian. Right, calm down. Like so basically he's swearing, so I'm not going to repeat what he's saying, but it is very funny. He's swearing in tongue in cheek, okay, to showcase his who he is for you. Um, and he's really making me laugh. Okay, like it's almost causing me. You know when you laugh and you belly laugh, but it comes in your chest and you're like, and you can't breathe. He's doing that because he's just so like crazy, but in a good way, Julian. So I don't know who if you know who this man is. Um, uh, so yeah, and he's almost stalling me. Like when they come through and they do this, it's like you have to tell them to calm down a bit because they've obviously come through because they want to come through and give you a message. Um, but sometimes it gets a bit blocked because of how their energy is, and he's a very vibrant, energetic person. Okay, so can you just let me know if there was someone like that in within your life? Okay, I want to say sort of in the last 18 years. Okay, and you did know him. It's someone who you spent time with. Um, so yeah, so I have got a headache here as well, though, physically, and I feel like that is connected to him, the spirit. Okay. So what? So he's been so jolly and jumpy. I just want to see if he's actually got a message for you, because sometimes spirit just come and they just want to. They just want. Yes, he was my crewmate in the ambulance service. I lost him to cancer at 53. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, so lost him to cancer. Okay, so what is your message? Or if you want to ask a question, Julian, please do, because this is the opportunity to ask a question. Um, what's he wanting to say? Was he just wanting to pop along and say hello? He's just sort of saying like hello and that he just wants to pop along and say hello to you. And how are you, mate? That's what he's saying. And he's getting me to do this on my hair. So is there something going on with your hair at the moment? He's kind of taking the mick out of you. He's swearing though, so I'm having to change the word mick from the other word. If you know what I mean. So yeah. So right, he's saying, keep at it, mate. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing really well. You're doing so well. You're doing better than what you think that you are doing. And the dog, he's just saying the dog. So he, he's just saying that the dog needs walking, okay? So, or more walking. I feel like that's connected to a daughter and not necessarily you, to feed that information back over to you. And that, yeah, and that he just really enjoyed his time with you and that he really respected you as a person, okay? And he's saying that sometimes you don't value who you are enough. And that's why he's there saying to you, you're doing really well, you're doing a lot better than what you think you're doing. So keep going. But this isn't about chugging along. This is about actually, you are doing a really good job. And to value yourself more, okay? And value the time that you have with your family, okay? He's saying to really, really be present with them and really get your feet on the ground whilst you're with them. Because by you being like that, you can then teach them how to be. And that will then start feeding all the way down into like your family that are yet to come and your sort of legacy that will be here when you're no longer here. It will start to filter down. You're a very good teacher, okay? And it's all going to filter through you. My youngest daughter, French Mastiff, her dog. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I'm going to leave that there with you. I hope that was okay. Oh, you picked number 10. Okay, so yes, number 10. So number 10 is Leopard Jasper. Okay, so Leopard Jasper is all about being present and it's all about literally like being like a wild big cat. Okay, they know, they are grounded, they know when to strike, they are protectors and they are protectors of their family and they nurture their family, okay? But they also are very, very regal in the sense of that they are luxurious, okay? So they like what I've been saying, they value life, but also the particular one in leopard is the spots, okay? It's very playful. It's like being a child again, but in an adult's mind, an adult's body, okay? But being wise, okay? Being a wise child and bringing the play and the fun back in. So when I was saying about being with your family, being present and valuing time with your family, but also being fun, okay? And he's presented himself to you, your friend, because he was fun and funny. And so he wants to give you his energy to help you in the next sort of stages of your life with being present to people, okay? That's leopard jasper. And number 10, obviously, like what I said earlier, is it's almost kind of resetting it back. Okay, so resetting stuff back. So it's all of the poo has kind of been and gone, and now you're now resetting. You're in a reset mode. So perfect time really to take that on. And again, anybody who is sort of going through a transitional stage and stuff, think of these things, think of like, oh, like a cat, the cat side that we had earlier, which was that one. It's about seeing in your peripheral vision, being okay in the uncertainty. This one is about bringing in the playful side of life and being present. The Kalahari Desert was ancestry work. The Goldstone was dream and meditation. And the egg is like renewal of life. And we had quite a lot of amethyst, so it's working with the heart chakra and helping with the mindset and dealing with your addictive behaviors and thought processes. And then we we then had like the silica as well, which was changing the palate and cleansing the palate for the human mind and the body. So we've had some really, really interesting picks today. Thank you. Could take all that, and thanks for bringing Steve through. Miss his energy and working with him. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. Well, he's there. He's there with you. I feel his energy really nice, and it was really nice to have him here. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Julian. So just now, like I said at the beginning of the show, that Mama Bees is donating a bath bomb, organic bath bomb. So one of the VIPs is going to win the bath bomb. So that's a real treat for you. Sorry. So this is for the VIPs who have been on tonight, get entered into the competition for to win that. Okay, so a number between one and six. So okay, I'm going to pick 28. Okay, so Kim Brine, is that you? Or is it Byrne? Kim Byrne. Sorry if I'm not getting people's names right. I apologise for that. Okay, so Kim Byrne, you have won yourself the bath bomb. So congratulations and thank you for joining us tonight and being on the show and listening to everything. Likewise with everyone else. Thank you for being here. So we are going to draw the evening now to a close, but I've really, really enjoyed myself. And thank you to Richard and SBTV for allowing me to come on tonight. It's been amazing. And to be able to read for, lots of new people. Um, if anyone is interested, like what I've been saying in the show, you can find me on the Crystal Empress on Instagram and Facebook, or just look at the link there and contact that link um, to work with me further, readings, spiritual goods, coaching. Um, please do like my page and support me. I really would value that and appreciate that. And thank you so much to everybody for coming on the show and listening and hanging around. Thank you to the new people who aren't VIPs for coming on. And if you are interested in becoming a VIP, please do get in contact with the SPTV, and they can sort that out for you and you can get involved. There's so much to get involved in and they do so many different things and it's really fun, and it's really a pleasure for me to be a reader and to be able to be involved in with them. So yeah, it is worth being a VIP, because obviously you get readings like this and you get to win bath bombs and all of that type of stuff. So um, and also like and share their page as well. And please do come over and join me on my social media as well. That would be amazing. Millie B, is lovely to see your beautiful face and your beautiful hair again. I commented on your hair before. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thank you to Joanne. She's saying thank you, Bib and Richard, on all the live chat and giving hearts. Thank you to Ashley. And she's saying thank you for a fab night and sharing reunions and catching up with friends. So yeah, it's been really, really nice. And it's really nice to spend Friday evening like this. It's quite funny because obviously when you're younger, you go through that time where you're just out all the time, and I thought that that was going to be my life forever, but then you kind of grow up and I'm like, oh, now I'm doing readings on a Friday night and like looking forward to it. Thank you to Kelly, big love to you too, and she's put eagles. Ooh, like the eagles. Thank you, Shirley, it was a pleasure to read for you. So yes, Oh, and making you feel welcome. Yes, thank you. Um, okay, so I'm going to say good night now, and I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend in doing whatever you are doing. Much love to you all.